Craig, do you have the invocation, please?
Yes, I do. Lord, you have blessed us with the opportunity to live in challenging times. As we meet here today to pass the gavel of Mass Rotary, let us briefly treasure our successes before we lift our shoulder to the work that remains to be done. In all that we do, let us show our compassion by serving those who are most in need. And let us place service above self in the spirit of Rotary to the benefit of our global community. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Craig.
Well done.
You want to swing with me?
Michael, do we have any guests visiting today?
We have lots of guests here. We met Thomas. What a great job there to get us started off, huh? Head over to the Iron Pigs and do some singing for them as well. And his dad's here too, I think, Brian Pojanowski. Brian is here. It's John's father-in-law. Welcome, Brian, as well. Thank you for being here. And we have Linda Shantz here today. Gordy's certainly much better hat. And Sue Wenner. Sue Wenner is here. Guest of Steve Gould, I believe. Where's Sue?
She's back.
Good to have you here today. And I think that's it, other than it looks an interesting contingent over here at this table, Steve. Do you know any of these folks over here? Do you want to introduce them?
I'll introduce everybody later. Are they undocumented? I'll make sure they're documented.
John Zayat has a guest. I don't see it on my magic list here, John. Fine print on the back here. Yeah, looks like Jason Simpson. Jason, welcome. Nice to see you here. That's all I have.
Thank you very much, Mike. We're going to try and go as quickly as we can because we know that Steve has, I think half of Emmaus here, so get this over with. Oh, by the way, it's my last day. All right. Thank you. All right, we're going to do some, what are we going to do next? Bob, you ready? All right, on your table, there's a color picture that Bob did. Probably cost him $20 on a color printer. So we only have like $15 for your fines today.
Okay. Just when I thought all the awards were done for Peyton, she got picked as the female athlete of the year by the Reading Eagle, and it's a good thing she won it this year because they won't be in business by next year because they're in bankruptcy. But for the first time, she won an award that got $1,000 cash instead of a fancy ribbon or a thing. So I don't think I'll have anything else to announce because she's heading off to Northwestern University next week. So thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Any other announcements from the floor? Ralph.
Because I didn't.
I'd just like to remind everybody that we are not having a meeting on the 4th of July. Therefore, on the 11th of July meeting, I will be collecting food for the needy. So anybody who's coming to that meeting, please bring food, and it will be much appreciated by the Emmaus Food Bank. Thank you.
Thank you, Ralph. Mike.
And also, just following up the food theme, that day will also be, the second Thursday of the month, will be the Planter Row donations as well. If you've got your garden going now, you have some lettuce, you have some squash, zucchini, whatever. You wash it up real well, put it in a bag, bring it, and then I'll take care of it. Tony will take it to the food bank. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia.
September 1st to the 15th, our district is going to Guatemala City with Rotoclass. If you have never been in an experience of Rotary helping children who literally change the life of that child from the moment that child leaves the operating room. We need 2 volunteers for Rotoclass. There's already 7 of us. We have actually 3 new members from other clubs and 4 of please, please, this is the opportunity for you to go and see Rotary work internationally. You pay for your transportation and your personal expenses. That's it. Remember, when we raise money for Rotary Class, none goes to us Rotarians who go on the streets, only doctors. And the Rotary Club in the other country, then they give us the food, breakfast usually, and then lunch is usually at the hospital because it's a long day. We only have one day off to go out and see some of it. The rest of the time we are in the hospital all day. But it is a very rewarding experience. Please, please, fellow Rotarians, help us. We need 2 Rotarians to go with us, September 1st through the 15th, and please see me if you're interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. Sal?
Just want a quick report on the Feed the Miss student program that we're doing, the luncheon. It's a lunch and learn, it's a reading program. Tuesdays and Fridays throughout the summer. We started it this week. Rick was there, Alicia, Megan, and I'm forgetting someone else that was there. But great time. Only 10 students showed up, but they had lunch and they read books. It was great. The word's getting out. We expect a lot more tomorrow. It's our next day. We're covering tomorrow. Sydney was there. I'm sorry, Sydney.
And Laura Grow.
And
Laura Grow.
Laura Grow, correct. So we need help next week, which I know is a crazy week. Everyone's on vacation. Tuesday the 2nd, Friday the 5th. We definitely need help. And the following week as well, which is the 9th and the 12th. See me, see Cindy, see Rick, sign up for it. You can give us, it's 11 o'clock to 1 and we're done. It's a very easy job. So thank you very much. Any help, just let me know.
Thank you, Sal. Rose?
I just wanted to give everybody a brief update. Our student has been completely approved and through the process. We are receiving an inbound from Finland. She'll be arriving here August 20th. We have 3 host families. Thank you to Tony. He worked with somebody who was a previous host family, and she actually got us the other 2, so we are ready to go. The families have been in touch. She's registered at school, so that's it.
Wow.
Thank you, Rose. Lisa?
Well, this is the last you're going to be hearing about it for this year. The motorcycle poker run is this Saturday. It is a great opportunity to give. The way that you can give is by telling people about it, and I have one more request, and I'll tell you other ways. So we have sign-up sheets. I've reached out to everyone. We are light on volunteers to be there from like when the band's playing and when the food's going and everything else. So if you have time from like 12 till 3 and you can volunteer, please see me at the end. In addition to that,
There's a good-looking guy back there with a banner he's holding out.
So this is the banner for the function tomorrow on Saturday. Joe was going to do it, but I wanted to make sure you could all see it.
Thank goodness for all my friends, you know?
So anyway, so these are all of our sponsors for the event, and as Lisa says, it's great if you can volunteer and help out. We could use some, definitely could use some more hands. And go ahead, Lisa.
and we also have 50/50s. If you wanted to buy any, Doug has them. You could see him today. They'll be passed around. And I just want to say that our committee, which most of us are here, and the chair of our committee has been abroad for most of the time, Mark Earl, and the emails keep flying. I mean, I have never seen a more cohesive group of people just all working together and getting it done. So even though Mark is not here, at least, what, 20 emails a day? I mean, and it's working fabulously well. So thank you all for your support, and thanks to the team.
Thank you, Lisa. Any other quick announcements from the floor?
That came out.
Okay, hearing them done. Don't forget, tonight is the recognition dinner. It is at Bear Creek. It starts at 5:30, cash bar, and we go from there. And that will be the last time you guys will hear from me up here. Okay? I mean from this podium, okay? There is a board meeting immediately following this. For you guys who don't get enough Rotary, today you're going to be Rotaried out. All right? So we have this morning meeting, and I've been getting a lot of grief from some people in the banking industry. And then I've been getting a lot of grief from people because we did the board meeting. folks just have a fun day, that's it. Right, some of us do have to work, but that's the way it goes. All right. Who has the raffle, because I didn't see a greeter. Boy, did she get a fine, because she was late. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, she's a sweetheart, okay.
To turn up. Yes, $10. $10 to come if you're not live. Do you know people? This is just
705. Steve, can you get your seat so you can look at your ticket, please? Oh, it's Alicia, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I might just go.
687. Good job, Chris.
Boom!
Now, please check that ticket.
Triple check it. Sounds like an airplane.
All right, congratulations. Sergeant Arms, hey, can you make it quick?
Yeah, I heard rumors that it takes too long here. Well, I have a budget to meet. So I get $10 from every table and met my budget. Who wants to cough up $10?
Yes. I got 10.
You just get the ball rolling, Doc.
I got our table. I got our table.
Lisa got paid this week.
I was gonna be happy.
Contributions. Help offset.
That's okay.
Given the mayor this spring.
If he does happiness, that's
Well,
fine.
just made. All right, go to happiness.
Take it back. Whatever.
Any happy dollars, ladies and gentlemen? Cindy.
Oh, no, do you have $50?
I only have 4 days, and I'm so happy to be in the Anniversary Club, and thank you for Zayas, and thank you for stepping up. And yesterday I did not work.
You're happy because it's gonna be a nice.
Congratulations. Any other happy dollars?
I have a happy dollar. Matthew Barco, my son-in-law, married to my daughter Laura, which is promoted to police lieutenant in the Allentown Police Force. Wow.
So this is hysterical. So I'm happy because I have such a fabulous table because they just all threw money and here's another $10 table though. And it's going to be a fabulous Saturday, right? Good weather.
Oh, yeah, perfect weather.
Great for good weather, yeah.
Lisa, where were you last night?
Everyone with a lot of singles, you know.
Woo, woo.
Thank you.
I could dance for this.
Tomorrow, I'm adopting 2 dogs.
Whoa. Wow.
I'm happy because the contract got my very first book.
Congratulations. Anything else, sir?
John,
Yo,
you're not happy, are you?
of course I'm happy. I got 2 bucks for it.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. Thank you. There's something about a business name on the shirt I was looking at. I mean, he's just happy to give me the $2. $2.
And it's a foreign name too.
Thank you, guys.
Italian.
One other thing we have to do today, if Bill,
The other
please
Italians.
come forward.
I am also very happy, but in the interest of time, I'll move this along quickly. With all due respect to Larry, I am presenting a Paul Harris +6 to Larry Delhagen. Larry, if you want to come on up. While you're walking up, Larry, on behalf of the Rotary Foundation, it's my pleasure to present this Paul Harris +6 for your continuing support of the foundation and all the things the foundation does, and I think I will leave it at that.
All right. Anything else from the floor? If not, we're going to move on to a tradition we started, I don't know how long ago. I've been here 9 years. Is the passing of the gavel from one president through 35 presidents to the new president. So, guys, it's been a heck of a year. Short. Once you start doing this, it seems like it's 365 days, but it goes so quick. It was a lot of fun. If you read my article in the Trumpet this week, we are a family. And it's been my pleasure, and I've been very proud to serve you and have a good time and make this Rotary Club go forward. We started a few partnerships this year. We partnered with Area 1 to do the Second Harvest Food Bank. We partnered with the Kiwanis Alliance Club to help feed the children in the summertime in East Penn. I think it's been a really good year. And it's all because of you guys. It's not because of me or the executive committee, it's because of you guys. And we thank you all for, first of all, donating your time, your talents, and your money. Thank you. And that's it for me, guys. If you know me, I'm short and sweet, usually to the point except for Steve. It takes all the energy I have. Thank you all. It's been really appreciated. Sydney, would you like to come forward? I'm reading my list here. It says, Cindy. Yeah. Transition and pinning of somebody. I'm following the rules. I did not make that.
Okay, come forward. Would Steve Bull please come forward? Now we have to be serious. Okay.
You got socks on?
Steve, the Emmaus Rotary Club has selected you to be president for the year 2019-2020. They've selected you because of your leadership and all of your good abilities. They've also expressed confidence in you that you possess the abilities to carry out the duties of this job. They have confidence that you will continue the legacy of the strong leadership that our Emmaus Rotary Club has locally and internationally and in the Rotary world. With that, it is with great honor that I get to administer the oath of office to you. So, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Steve Gould,
I, Steve Gould,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of the President of the Emmaus Rotary Club,
the office of President of the Emmaus Rotary Club,
and that I will do to the best of my ability
and I will do to the best of my ability
give support and assistance
give support and assistance
to the District Governor and Rotary International,
to the District Governor and Rotary International,
and that I will uphold the Constitution
and that I will uphold the Constitution
and bylaws of the Emmaus Rotary Club.
and bylaws of the Emmaus Rotary Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and welcome the Emmaus Rotary Club new president.
going to be influenced by any Russian
Nope, we're gonna cut off his email.
Congratulations, everybody.
Gary Burbach, please come up.
Okay, today is our traditional passing of the gavel ceremony, okay? The history here is the Emmaus Rotary Club was started on February 22nd, 1926. Robert S. Stoneback was our first president, served from 26-27, and now today we have 93 past presidents, including Rick, who have served our club, okay? Of the 92, 4 are women, starting with Seal Birdsell in 2001. Sadly, this year we lost one of our past presidents, Carl Franz, who served 1967 to 1968. Okay, at this time, I'd like all of the Emmaus Rotary Club past presidents to come forward.
One at a
With,
time?
with their name.
Yeah.
No, oh, okay, all right, one at a time, okay. Sorry.
Wilmer, would you come forward first, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Wilmer,
Wilmer Schultz, please.
Don't worry, guys, it'll be much more organized next year.
We'll see, we'll see. Okay, Wilmer Schultz served from... Oh, all right. Okay, all right, yeah, I know, but I was going to say...
left to right.
Okay. Okay, all right, all right.
I was there last year. No, I was over there last year.
Okay, all right, we're getting organized. We don't do this very often, okay. Okay, next is Dale Drees, 1981 to 82. Okay, I'm next, Gary Rohrbach, 1988, 89. Following me was John Zettelmoyer, 1989 to 1990. And then Roger Whitcomb, 1990 to 1992. And then we have our father-in-law, Gordy Shantz, 1996 to 97. Larry Delhagen, 1999 to 2000. Okay, Chris Wills, 2000, 2001. Seal Birdsell, 2001, 2002. Sue had Jim Ritter on the list, but I don't think Jim's here today. No? Okay. All right, then next is Ralph Lewis, 2006, 2007. Okay, then J.P. Raynock, 2009, 2010. Jeff Boyer, 2010, 2011. Woody Rohrbach, 2011, 2012. Next is our birthday girl, Cindy Horniman, 2012, 2013. Bill Erdman, 2013, 2014. Sue Schrader, 2015, 2016. Jeff McElhaney, 2016, 2017. Which brings us up to Rick Zayats, 2018, 2019. Thank you for all you past presidents. Okay, I'll pass the gavel.
The other way, okay, go ahead.
last but not least, congratulations to our new incoming president, Steve Gould.
I want to just say thank you very much to all our past presidents for all the work that you had given while you were president, and I think it's quite a legacy that so many of us are still participating and being very active with the club and helping keep Emmaus Rotary Club strong. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Well, it's a good thing.
All right, so I'd like to call forward our president-elect, Alexis Shellcross.
Pretty girl, they tell you.
Our first vice president, Michael Gavel. Second vice president, we don't have. Our treasurer, Chris Wills. Jim Palmquist, please come forward. I am the immediate past president. Don Blows, please come forward. Seal, Valerie, Eric, and Sal, please come forward. We're going to do the installation of the officers. And Roger, will you please take it away?
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Each year throughout the Rotary world, we choose new leaders to guide our clubs, districts, and zones, which together do the work of our great organization. The strength of Rotary is in its men and women members who have chosen to join and participate in the ideals of service. At this time, every Rotary club in the world is undergoing a transition to a new set of leaders. The method and smoothness of this transition is a hallmark of Rotary and a tribute to the past, present, and future leadership. This is a time when tradition is renewed and embraced once again. It is also a time when new ideals and visions emerge. And so it is the same with our own Rotary Club. To that end, it's time to recognize and swear in the officers and board members for the 2019-20 Rotary year. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been chosen to lead the Emmaus Rotary Club in 2019-2020. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and bylaws of Rotary International and of the Emmaus Rotary Club, and that I will faithfully perform the duties of the office to which I have been elected. So help me God. Congratulations.
So I'm going to introduce our new president one more time, Steve Gould. Do you have a few words you'd like to say to the membership? Make it short, please.
Sure.
What's the time on the clock?
8:25.
Is it really? Good morning. I'm a mess, if anybody can see that. Living with 3 women, my tear ducts are worked over and over again. So, good morning, Rotarians, Emmaus Rotarians, guests, friends, and family. Just hold tight. I am incredibly honored. Thank you, Rick. To enter this role as your 2019-2020 Emmaus Rotary President. The past 4 months of my life have really made me grow up. Opportunity along with leadership has been placed in front of me. In March, I became the managing broker of our real estate company, and that was a huge change in my day-to-day, and I'm loving every minute of it. And now, 4 months later, to become the president of Emmaus Rotary is a huge honor. So there's a lot of responsibility at hand, and I'm ready. Most of you know that I'm a fairly sensitive person. My wife and daughters would argue that that statement could be said in a more accurate way, replacing the word sensitive with dramatic. Am I right? Thank you. Either way, when I wrote some thoughts down for my initiation today, I had to pull a lot out because I sat at my computer and recollected a lot of fantastic times that I've experienced and had the fortune to experience in this club, and I have to admit, I welled up many, many times. It was fun. Rotary has impacted my life in so many incredible ways, and I've shed many happy tears because of it. 2 weeks ago, last week, can't remember when it was, but I sat next to Steve Altville and cried when I watched handicapped children get onto horses. I mean, there's so many incredible things that happen in this club that you experience every week, and I just feel very blessed. So get ready for some drama, Emmaus Rotary Club, and probably not just in my speech this morning, but for the weeks and the months to come. This will be a 360-degree turn for all of you, a little zig and zag, a little ham and egg, so to speak, because Rick is a man of few words, and I am certainly not. So I joined our club in May of 2005. I was starting a professional transition into my current career of real estate, and Rotary was presented to me as a networking opportunity. I quickly learned that I stepped into something way greater than just a networking group. Since then, I've been surrounded by the best of the best, and have met so many incredible, impactful people that have touched Rotary in one way or another. And the longer you are in this, the deeper you get into it, whether by donating to a cause, or leading an effort, bringing an idea to the table, chairing a committee, serving the board, it becomes even that much more part of you, and it's quite infectious. So Rotary has opened my eyes in so many different areas of my life. It's given me a foundation both professionally and personally. Interestingly, whenever I find myself working out an answer on something, the 4-way test always comes into play. It truly allows you to vet a question with a well thought out, intelligent, ethical, and honest answer. I have many fond experiences with Rotary. Elizabeth, I remember taking her to Walmart and serving hot dogs and sodas from the Coke trailer. She had to wear this little blue Rotary apron. That's when your hair was flowing and curly and you had your glasses. This was the one part that I started welling up, by the way, I was writing. And also working the wheels of time, standing alongside new friends like Bob Halsey and Guy Asani, Bob Kraus, and Amadou Diop. We laughed and we had a ton of fun. And Elizabeth just looked at me like I was nuts. And of course, she still does today. And then Morgan, my youngest daughter, she comes to Rotary, but Elizabeth got her so uptight about coming to breakfast because of how many people are here. The first time, and I believe it was the only time, she ended up in the bathroom throwing up. Thank goodness for Robert, because Robert brought her over Coke and got her to be good. But I'm like, man, this is hard bringing your family to Rotary. My daughters and my wife, Renee, have supported my involvement with Rotary in a lot of ways, and Rotary has impacted their lives as well. As a family, we've visited the Miracle League 4 to 5 times now to help kids play baseball and hand out candy at Halloween. What an incredible impression that offered my children, and Renee and I as well. To be humbled and to help someone at the same time is, I feel, one of the most valuable feelings anyone can experience. To share that experience with my family has bonded us even stronger. And I'm truly blessed and so proud that Emmaus Rotary found me. So in the year to come, I will strive to be a strong leader for you and our Emmaus Rotary Club. We have many focuses we get involved with, and I haven't necessarily identified one yet that I want to focus on, but I am enjoying pulling apart the budget, which will be a good conversation in today's board meeting, and really want to expand our current endowment fund. so that we can guarantee scholarships well into the future. I also have a goal for all of us, that we grow this club in this Rotary year to 125 members. And I have a small idea on how we can make that happen. So I'm going to challenge every member in this club this year to bring at least one guest in this Rotary year to a breakfast meeting. I'm also going to be posting the results so we can be transparent about it to see who's brought a guest and who hasn't. Sorry, I love that word, transparency, and my partner sitting over here, Renee and Gordon, know that. I feel that Rotary is so infectious that getting prospects to a meeting is an easy task. You just have to tell them, hey, can I treat you to breakfast on Thursday morning at Brookside Country Club? And they'll come. If we have a 25% closing rate on those prospects coming in, we'll be at 125 members in no time. So the more help we have, the more we can accomplish. So please start thinking about who you would like to bring as a guest. Someone who would not only benefit from our club, but would also benefit this club to make it stronger. So I would like to thank my family, and I guess I'll introduce my guests here today. My wife, Renee, if you would stand, please. My oldest daughter, 17, being a senior this year, Elizabeth. Elizabeth doesn't really have to stand up. No, you do. You did a little bit. Morgan, who's going to be a freshman this year, she's 14. My dad flew up from Florida for this day, John Gould. And my mom made it back barely from Florida. Her health has not been all that great, and this was one of the things that she was focusing on to get up here to see this initiation. So my mom, Jan Floorback. And my stepdad, Ray Floorback. Ray, thank you for taking care of my mom. I love you. Oh, that got me. My mother and father-in-law, Gordon and Linda Schatz, I want to thank you so much for everything. And Linda, thanks for coming today. Most of you know Gordy. He sits back with the big dogs at the big girls table. On my mom's side, my first cousins, Pete Adams, who was a member for a brief stint. Pete, welcome. So if anybody wants to try to leverage, you get Pete back in here for this year. But you can do that when you're out. His brother, my first cousin, Rich Adams. And my cousin-in-law, married to Rich, Kim Adams. So I want to give a huge, tremendous thank you to one of my closest friends, an incredible mentor, and a confidant, and who I felt was a very, very strong president for us in the last year, Rick Zaynes. I also want to thank the executive committee, our now president-elect, Lexa Shallcross, and our first vice president, Mike Waddell. And I will tell you that it has been an honor and a pleasure to serve with you guys on the executive committee. I think we all bring something different to the table, and I think we pulled it off pretty good without anybody knowing how crazy it was behind the scenes anyway. I also want to thank Cindy Horniman and Gary Rohrbach on the district level. I'd like to thank Jeff McElhaney, who encouraged me and supported me to take this position. So thank you, Jeff. And I want to give a strong thank you to John Zayatz and to Mario Gazubo, who have served with me on the committee and all the committee, golf committee people. The golf committee was really what got me up here, to lead that effort and to grow it to what we have. And John and Mario are fantastic to work with. They're very, very easy, and they make it a lot of fun. John loves when I derail the agendas at the committee meetings, and keeps me stay on track. So thanks, John and Mario, as well. I'd like to thank the incoming board members, Seal Birdsell, Valerie Deenan, Eric Locke, and Sal Verostro. I also want to thank Dale Dries, our Sergeant at Arms Emeritus. He's a special guy to all of us, we know that. And Don has huge shoes to fill over the next many years, so thanks to both Dale and Don Blows for their work. Thank you to Chris Wills, our treasurer. Thank you to Jim Palmquist, our secretary. I mean, there's so many different people to thank everyone. Everyone here is to be thanked. And you know who you are, the ones that step up on a regular basis, and I don't want to try to single anyone out because I don't want to miss anybody. So I'm thanking everybody at large because all of us make up this club, and we all have the opportunity to serve it. So finally, I'd like to thank for accepting your leadership role this year for our committee chairs. We have Bill Erdman and Cindy Horniman for Foundation International Chair. Correct, Cindy? Have you on there? Yeah, good. Just making sure. I asked everybody to be my chairs last week. No, I'm just kidding. Just John Chishka yesterday. So I'll go right there. JP Raynock and Rick Zayitz as membership. JP, thank you for everything you do for membership. John Chishka is our Communications and Public Relations Committee Chair this year. Nicole Sterner and Karen Hobson will be stepping up for community service. Megan Reed and Ashley Laura will be our fellowship chairs. Hold on to your boots because I have a feeling they're going to have a lot in store. Megan is a wacky fellowship person, and I love it. And I'm pretty sure Ashley's a close second right behind her. Tony Moyer, he will be our youth chair this year, and Valerie Deenan will be the social media chair. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I look forward to running this thing for the next year and making things happen. Thank you, Rick.
So 3 years ago, when we were thinking about who's going to be here in 3 years, I got a lot of pushback, to say the least. Okay? But I saw something in Steve that has taken 3 years to grow and mature. And God, I hope I was right. Love you, buddy. Congratulations. You know, and if you don't think he's nervous, his hands are soaking wet. So anyway, thank you, everybody. I want to say one more thing. Monday night, Steve, was the district changeover, and this club was presented with the District Governor Award for 2018 to 2019. And that's because of you guys. So give yourself a hand of applause. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is we're going to all rise and please say pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
Please remember the board meeting following immediately.
All right, we got